Okay, so you've probably been hearing quite a bit about the Constellation network, right? And maybe you're trying to figure out, how to actually start building something there.
Yeah, where do you even begin? It can seem like a lot.
Exactly. So that's what we're tackling today. Think of this as your quick guide to getting up to speed on the main development framework they use.
Right. Our mission for this deep dive is really to unpack Euclid's metagraph framework. We'll look at, what it's for, its key features, the benefits, and the main modules inside it.
And we should mention our info is coming straight from the official Constellation network docs.
Straight from the source, yeah. So reliable details.
Now, one thing that really jumps out is this idea of it being like a blockchain in a box,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe not quite like a fixed box, more like adaptable. It gives you the foundation you need for, well, pretty advanced blockchain stuff and lets you get going fast.
That's a good way to put it. It's a starting point, but a very flexible one.
Okay, so let's unpack that term metagraph. What exactly is this metagraph framework we're talking about?
Okay, so think of a metagraph
Mm-hmm.
in Constellation as like a specialized little blockchain. Each one does its own thing for a specific app or purpose.
Uh-huh.
But, and this is key, they all connect to and benefit from the main Constellation network's security and infrastructure.
Right.
Now, the metagraph framework from Euclid, that's the toolkit. It's what lets you build these custom blockchains, these metagraphs, pretty quickly. It's written in Scala.
Scala. Why Scala?
Well, Scala is known for being robust, good for handling lots of things at once, concurrency they call it.
Yeah.
So that can translate to potentially faster, more efficient apps built using the framework.
Okay, so it's the engine for making these tailored blockchains. What core stuff does it give you right away?
The main thing is creating these metagraphs with built-in support for layer 0 tokens, L0 tokens. That's fundamental for value, utility, all that.
Mm-hmm.
And importantly, it lets you do custom data processing.
Mm-hmm.
It achieves this using two main building blocks or modules, the currency module and the data module.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get into those specifics.
Yeah, definitely. So that's the big picture function. Let's dig into the how now. What are the features that make it stand out, that blockchain in a box concept? What does that really mean for a developer?
Right. That phrase means it gives you a stable, working starting point for a layer 1 DLT network.
Yeah.
You don't have to piece everything together from scratch.
Yeah.
You get a solid foundation. But, and this is crucial, it's not rigid. Full customization of the code base is like a central feature. You can really mold it to what you need.
Wow, okay. So if I needed some really specific rule for my app, I could actually go into the code and change it.
Precisely.
Huh.
You can add totally custom validation logic.
Hmm.
So beyond just standard blockchain rules, you define what makes data or transactions valid for your specific metagraph.
Hmm.
And it's flexible with data too. Supports various external data types, different input formats.
That seems vital for real-world use where data is messy and comes from everywhere. Anything else under the hood, feature-wise?
Yeah. Another big one is integration with external Scala or Java packages.
Ah.
So you can pull in existing libraries. If there's a great tool for, say, advanced crypto or some specific data analysis you need, chances are you can integrate it. Saves a lot of time,
Leverage existing tools. Makes sense. Okay, we've got the what and the how. Let's hit the why it matters. What are the big advantages for developers using this? Customization is clear, but what else?
Well, that customization is really the source of many benefits. Because you have that control, you get tailored solutions. But that also flows directly into seamless interoperability.
Interoperability.
How
So?
Your metagraph can be designed to easily talk to other metagraphs on Constellation.
Yeah.
Imagine, like a supply chain metagraph sharing verified data with a payment metagraph.
Okay, yeah.
It just works because they're built with that potential in mind.
Yeah.
This helps everyone adopt network standards and means your project benefits from future upgrades to the whole ecosystem.
So you're not building in a silo. That's often promised, but sounds like it actually works here.
Exactly. Then you've got scalability and security. The framework kind of guides you towards best practices there. It uses that hybrid DAG, directed acyclic graph, and linear chain architecture, HGTP.
Right, the hybrid model.
Yeah. So the DAG part is quick for everyday transactions. Confirmations happen fast. The linear chain gives you that strong, unchangeable record. It's really suited for apps that handle tons of data or need things processed almost instantly.
Like what kinds of apps?
Oh, think decentralized sensor networks, maybe?
Yeah.
Or high-volume financial trading. Anything data heavy or needing speed?
High frequency, data intensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that covers a lot. What about actually, using it, the developer experience? Is it easy to get going?
It's designed to work smoothly with the rest of the Euclid SDK. That's their software development kit.
Okay.
So it comes with the whole toolkit. Tools for local development, testing really important for quick cycles, then tools for pushing it live, remote deployment, and even monitoring your cluster once it's running. It helps bridge that gap from dev to production.
Sounds like they've thought through the whole life cycle. Okay, let's dive into those modules you mentioned. First up, the currency module. What's its job?
The currency module, basically, is how you add that L0 token support to your project. It gives you the fundamental pieces for managing digital assets in your app. Think of it as the app's treasury department, maybe?
Huh, okay. Does it just give you a standard token?
It provides default token functionality right out of the box, yeah?
Yeah.
So you don't need to build basic things like transfers from absolute zero.
So the basics are there, but what can you customize?
Quite a lot, actually. You can customize the key logic around your token, how new ones get created, minted, how they're distributed, how fees work within your specific metagraph.
So you could design, say, a loyalty program token that gets minted based on user actions.
Exactly that kind of thing. Maybe fees contribute to a community pool. You get really granular control over the tokenomics to match your application's purpose.
Okay, so it's not just having a token, it's shaping its entire economic life.
Right.
Got it. Now, the other one, the data module, what does that unlock?
The data module is all about defining and managing the custom data your metagraph deals with. It's like the application's custom filing system, making sure information is organized and correct. This includes defining custom validation logic for that data, ensuring integrity, and designing the specific data structures that work best for your app's needs.
So currency handles value. Data handles the information itself. What kind of advanced things can you do with that?
Well, with that control, you can build really sophisticated data pipelines or processing. Imagine a pharmaceutical tracker metagraph.
Yep.
The data module lets you define fields like batch numbers, temperature logs, chain of custody records, and set up custom rules to validate that data every step of the way.
Wow.
Plus, it gives you full control over storage and how you handle data privacy within your app.
That's a serious level of control. Goes way beyond just putting records on a chain. Okay, so if someone listening is thinking, all right, I want to try this, what are the first steps?
Well, the official docs point you towards understanding how Metagraph framework apps are structured first. You need to get the basic building blocks, the core concepts.
That makes sense.
Then you figure out how to use the framework's tools, the constructs, to actually build your application, keeping security, scalability, decentralization in mind.
Is it a big leap for someone coming from, say, Ethereum development?
It's different for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Understanding the architecture, learning Scala if you don't know it, those are steps. But the payoff is that flexibility. The key is starting with those fundamentals before you get deep into the modules.
Grasp the big picture, then zoom in. Okay,
Right.
so stepping back, what's the overall significance here? Where does this Metagraph framework fit into the whole Web3 picture?
Its real importance, I think, is empowering developers to build quickly and build applications that can actually handle the complex demands we're seeing emerge in Web3. It provides a really solid, and because it's so customizable and interoperable, a future-proof foundation. As dApps get more specialized, you need this kind of granular control and ability to connect things together.
Right. So quick summary then. Euclid's Metagraph framework is this customizable, interoperable, scalable, secure base for building on Constellation. The currency and data modules are your key tools for managing tokens and information within those apps.
Exactly. And maybe a final thought to leave people with.
Yeah.
Given just how much customization this framework allows, think about what new kinds of blockchain applications you could build, things that go way beyond just crypto coins. What real-world problems could you solve? What unique data processing or token models could you create with this level of control?
Tackle problems in totally new ways.
Yeah, that's the really exciting potential here, I think. What could you build?